train him early to be your servant. The second date is a perfect opportunity to let him know he's gonna be your chauffeur. If he doesn't say a resounding yes with exclamation point, then you don't want to be with a guy who won't be your lapdog and be at your every beck and call. When you're texting a guy, always play it hot and cold. 1 minute you're nice, and the next minute you're saying something like, I'm still deciding if I like you or not, good night. And then turn off your phone and let him think about things all night. If he touches you on the first date, he's not that into you. A guy who's 100% into you will be slightly scared of you on the first date. You can see the fear in his eyes. He wouldn't want to mess that up by touching you in any way. No kissing, no touching, not even on the arm. None of my boyfriends ever tried to touch me on the first date, but a lot of guys who ghosted me tried to. If you are a queen, you do not treat your king like the king. You treat him like a common peasant, because that's what he is to you. In British royal protocol, all the peasants bow down to the king. Everyone bows down to the king, but the queen doesn't, because they are equals. And this is the mindset that you need to have when you are dating a king. Trust me, he gets the king treatment everywhere he goes. Everywhere. There are bottle service girls, there are hot girls trying to get his attention. They're bowing down to him. But if you are his queen, you are his equal. There's no bowing down to somebody who is a king. You're not there to prop up his ego because he gets it all day, every day, all night, every night. You are there as his equal. If you have low self-esteem and you don't think you are his equal, you need to wake up. A guy is not going to get involved with you if he doesn't think you're his equal. So just by him showing interest in asking you on a date, that makes you automatic queen status. There's no more pleasing a guy when he asks you out. It's time for him to grovel. Your job is going to be to terrorize him and make him feel something that he doesn't feel normally, which is challenging him and giving him a hard time. If he's into you, he'll love it. If he's not into you, if he doesn't like you, that will drive him away, which is what you want. You only want someone in your life who will let you do whatever, whenever you want. The only kind of valuable guy is one who services you, who is a servant. There are so many of them running around and they're worthless. Why would you ever chase or be nice to a guy? Just us existing makes their life so much easier. But it ain't the other way around. They create more stress, more trouble than us. They are dirty, emotionally barren, and closed off. Literally, having a guy in your life will lower your life expectancy. So you better make it worthwhile. He better be paying for everything, buying you things, driving you everywhere, doing whatever you want. If I'm up at 4 a.m. and I want some ice cream, he better get it. If I want a reservation at the hardest restaurant to get a reservation in, he better find some way to get it, or pay for it, pay someone off. Otherwise, why would I want him in my life? He's gonna lower my life expectancy. And I better get compensated for that. Literally, I'm gonna live less because of him. So he better be making everything else fair by taking care of everything.
As crazy as that woman sounds, guys, she believes everything that is coming out of her mouth 100% wholeheartedly. She's not joking around. She's not playing games. She's not doing it for views or clout or following. She honestly thinks that she's equal to a man. She thinks that she's better than men. She wants to ultimately emasculate you. That's the vast majority of modern day women's type of situation they want with a guy. They want him to show up and be happy that she just shows up. They want the man to be grateful for her. They want the guy to wake up at 4 a.m. and buy her this and go to the store and get her this. They want the guy to do all these different things, fulfill all these different requirements and needs while they give the man very little. They want to breadcrumb. They want to dangle sex above that man's head, right? And treat it as a reward type of thing. This is why, guys, I tell you, never treat a woman as your equal. Now, at one point she says, yeah, the king and queen are equal. Then she says, I want a man who's going to grovel over me. I want a man who's going to basically chase me, who's going to do this, who's going to do that, who's going to run after me and give me the world, right? A man who's going to fear me, who's going to be afraid of me. So this is why I tell you, women don't want equality. Feminism is not about equality. It never was. What it's about is giving you the illusion that, yeah, we're equal, we're 50-50, but as soon as you turn your back, as soon as you get comfortable as a man treating her as your equal and not below you, she's gonna start inching. She's gonna start moving that goalpost. And then you gotta look up and say, oh man, she's in control. This is how most relationships are going nowadays. This is how husband and wives situation are going, right? They get together, they get married, and then the woman starts to erode his masculinity, starts to break him down. Then he moves from the couch. Then he only has the garage. Then only place he can really go is the basement. And the wife has the entire house. This is why, guys, you have to be careful how you deal with women. Make sure at all times that you view her as below you and she views you as above you. This is the only type of situation that will actually work long term. Because if it doesn't work like that, and she is like, oh yeah, he's a peasant, as she says. He's the type of guy that's going to do everything I tell her. She's not going to respect you. And if there's no respect in that situation or relationship with a woman, it will never work. She's eventually going to leave you for a guy who's going to respect himself, who's going to put her in her place. And she even said, I want a guy who's going to let me do whatever I want. That's a weak, simp, loser guy who has no backbone. No man who respects himself, no man with any sort of dignity will let a woman just go wherever she wants, do whatever she wants, dress however she wants. Not if that's his woman. Not if he's footing the bill, doing all these different things. This is why, guys, you have to be careful the type of women you deal with, because the vast majority of them have her mindset. They want to show up and you do everything. They want you to wine and dine them, court them, and then they still treat you like trash. They want to treat you like a dog, right? You're a king. A queen is nothing without a king. She's just a queen. In her mindset, she's just there, right? So a king runs everything. See, she doesn't want you to have that ego, because these women like her have huge egos that they want to fulfill. And the only way they can fulfill that huge ego is if they emasculate and talk down to a man. Is if they treat you like trash. Is if they tell you this is how things are gonna go. Let's do it my way. And we all know that's not how things are supposed to be with men and women. Women are supposed to follow you. And females like her, they don't want to follow you. They don't want to do anything like, they don't want to be a helpmate. They don't want to support you in your business or the things you got going. They want you to support them in the stuff they have going on. Like a little puppy dog. This is what feminism, modern day women are teaching other women. Teaching you men to be afraid of women, and you better fear me, right? And then at the same time, you better buy me this. You better take me here. You better wine and dine me. Think about that lifestyle. They want men to be basically terrified. That's what she said. He better be terrified of you, and at the same time, he better be a slave to you. He better be your servant. It is wild, guys. You have to really be mindful and understand your value and worth, because if you don't, you're going to be one of those guys that she's talking about in those clips. A weak, effeminate simp who doesn't know his value, who doesn't respect himself. Heck, who doesn't even love himself, because no man who loves himself will deal with a woman like that. But there's a good amount of men who will say, oh, well, she's a cute little Asian girl. She has a decent body. So, okay, I'll be your slave. There's a lot of simps out there who don't love themselves, who think that me getting with a woman completes me. Me getting in a relationship with that type of woman, that makes me happy. I'm fulfilling my duty as a man. But it's anything but. The only thing it's going to do is lead you down a path of misery, because that type of woman, if you give her everything she wants up front and you wine and dine her, you court her, you let her do whatever she wants, guess what? She's still going to complain. She's still going to nag. She's still going to be angry, and she's still going to be disgruntled. She's going to be saying, okay, you're not doing enough. Haven't you heard those type of situations going on with men and women? That relationship or marriage where the man is doing everything. He's letting her do this. He's giving her money. He's giving her the credit card. He bought her a car. He bought her a house, bought her a ring, and she's still complaining. He did everything he was supposed to do except not pedestalize her. He did everything he's supposed to do except not put her before himself. See, when you do that, when you try to make a woman happy and do everything you can to please her, it will always backfire. She'll take everything from you, because women have no morals, they have no values. Only thing they want to do is leech off you. And then she went to say in the last clip, which is funny, she actually believes this stuff. She says that men need women. That's crazy. That's just so out of bounds. That's insane. Because we all know who built this world. Us men. Who built the cars? Who built the homes? Heck, who created the cell phone that she's using to record those clips? Men did. Heck, matter of fact, if you put 5 men on an island and then you put another 5 women on the island, who do you think is going to survive the longest? Those 5 men. They can build a civilization. Women, they'll lose their minds. They'll be fighting. They don't know how to build. They don't know how to create. See, a need is something that a person can't go without. She's talking about being nurturing and creating children. Listen, we can go without that, right? Let's be honest. She never talked about a need. Infrastructure, creating different streams of income, building businesses, trading, doing this, doing that, creating different possibilities for the future. She never talked about that. She never talked about investing. And I remember specifically because I did a piece on her, a couple different videos, where she's talking about, I want a man who makes $300,000 or more per year. So that's a need. You know why? Because she doesn't make $300,000 or more a year. I guarantee you. Because if she did, she wouldn't want that from a guy. This is why, guys, you understand your worth and value, and you don't let women like that emasculate you, try to control the situation, tell you what's going to happen, the type of date you're going to go on. You better take me on 3 to 5 dates. You better do this. You can spot those women easily because they're very overbearing. They always try to punk you. They always try to treat you like trash or have you do this, have you do that for them. And they're really, really catty and bossy. Avoid these type of women at all costs, because if you don't, what's going to happen is it's going to be a hard life. You're going to be with that woman and you're going to be walking on eggshells. She even said she wants men to be terrified of her, to be afraid of her. She said, don't go for the first move. If he touches you on the first day, he doesn't like you. Just think about them. Guys, there are women who are following this female. If you run across a woman who exemplifies these different behaviors and mannerisms and seem to be very pushy and she's not cooperating and following your lead, listen, say goodbye to her, leave her alone, go deal with someone else, because in the long term, over time, she's going to just break you down, she's going to run you to the ground, and then she's going to get rid of you anyway, because she doesn't ultimately respect men. That's what these women are about. That's what that female is about. Not respecting men, not valuing masculinity. So what she wants to do is use a guy for what he is, to provide, to take care of everything, and then treat him like trash in the process.